Hi, my name is Amy Miller, and I'm the owner of Miller Counseling and Consulting in St. Louis. And I'm a clinical social worker. And in my practice, what I've learned is that most people struggle with communicating. We struggle with communicating for a variety of reasons. Some of us are conflict avoidant, and so we don't say what we mean because we don't want to cause a fight. We don't want to have hurt feelings. We don't want to cause harm. We don't want to deal with the outcomes, etc. Many of us are not conflict avoidant, and so we go headfirst into a conflict without considering how it's going to make the other person feel or how easily the other person will recover from conflict. A lot of times, the communication issues that we have in relationships are about framework issues. Like, we fundamentally communicate differently. We prefer different ways of communicating. Some of us are very literal. Some of us are very abstract. Some of us like to use metaphor and analogy, and some people are annoyed by that and think that it doesn't make any sense when you use metaphors. So the reason that I find the Myers-Briggs the most useful, and the reason that I decided to become a practitioner of it, was because what I found is that it's a quick blueprint for people to increase their communication skill. So essentially, if we know each other's best fit Myers-Briggs types, we have a built-in handbook, basically. If we understand each of the personality types, then if you tell me that you are ENTJ, for example, then I know that I can be very direct with you. I can be very matter-of-fact with you. You don't need me to sort of tiptoe around your feelings. Not that there's anything wrong with people who do need that, but it helps me to not waste our time because you care about efficiency more than you care about me taking care of your feelings, right? So if I know you're ENTJ, then cool. We just figured out a quick way for me to communicate with you. Similarly, I also know that you are probably going to be very direct with me, and so because I know you're ENTJ, I know that I don't have to take that personally. That's not intended to hurt my feelings. However, if we're in a relationship and I'm a feelings person who is sensitive to criticism, then you as an ENTJ will need to be a little bit more careful with the way you deliver feedback to me, which may cost you a little more energy, but in the long run will benefit our relationship. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's that sort of practical application of the Myers-Briggs that I find the most powerful. And this works in intimate relationships, in families, in friendships, and particularly at work, but only when people are accurately typed. Because a lot of people, I think, type inaccurately because they answer the questions in accordance with whatever role they're in or what they think the job needs or wants from them. So a lot of times people get mistyped at work. So I do think it's best to do an individual assessment if you can, to figure out for sure that you've found your best fit type for who you most authentically are. But anyway, this was just a quick video to give you sort of like the highlights as to how this is practical and useful. So anyway, email me with any questions. There'll be more follow-up videos. Amy at millercounseling.org. That's AMY at millercounseling.org. Thanks.